Well, here we are, day 30 of the challenge. And there's my tea. I drank quite a lot of it. Um, Loads of garden, beautiful things. Mm. Red nettle, speedwell, um, goose, I don't know what that one's called. Goose grass, I call it. Mint, and I think there's a bit of thyme in there. It's very good. Oh my God, it's so good. Red nettle and speedwell, very anti-inflammatory. I try to keep things going. Oh, I found my tarot wheel too. I'm very proud of. Very pleased about that. Day 30. We're using the Star Spinner Tarot by Trungles, which I did find out was released only 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago. I knew it was one of my more recent decks, but I wasn't exactly sure when. But I looked up the date online. So that's actually probably the last deck I got, apart from the Seasons of the Witch Oracle series, as they were released, I got them. Before I got the Queer Tarot. There might be another one I got in that time that came out, but I've only, in the last 5 years, I'm pretty sure I've not even got, well, tarot decks. The oracles, the only oracle decks I've got have been the Seasons of the Witch one, so I've probably got 5 of them, because there weren't many out back then. I've got the very original Kickstarter one, the Samhain one, but I think I've only got about 5 new decks in the last 5 years. So yeah, let's have a look what we're going to get today. Did I do this bit? I can't remember. I'll do it again anyway. Let's do it again just to make sure. He's very, like, I don't know, remind me of the Age of Aquarius, that style of illustration that you used to see. So, let's have a look. I'll do day 30. Ta-da! We've got the 6 of Cups, the 6 of Chalices. So when we think of the 6 of Cups, I always think about childhood. I meant to bring out a thing, didn't I? Will it stand up in there? Oh, look at that. That likes that perfectly. I'll move it there because it's not in the way when we do the oracle. So the 6 of Cups is the Sun in Scorpio. It's a second decan of Scorpio because... So Scorpio can be fun and light, but it can also be dark. And the Sun brings a light into, like, the dark corners of the childhood. So, or the past. I say childhood. The traditional Rider-Waite, which I'll get out for you now, actually, is the childhood, the children playing. Where are we? Don't tell me I've mucked them all up again. There we go. That one with the 2 children, handing her a cup, and the house. Let's see what the Rider-Waite says about it in their little tiny key guidebook. The 6 of Cups, children in an old garden, their cups filled with flowers. A card of memories and of the past, for example, reflecting on childhood happiness, enjoyment, but coming rather from the past, things that have vanished. Another reading reverses this, suggesting new relations, new environment, and new knowledge. And the reversal of that is the renewal, the future, that which will come to pass presently. Well, I think because the 6 of Cups is about, as I said, it's the sun which casts a light on things, and then we've got the Scorpio, which can be light and can be dark, and we've got the water, which is emotional. So we've got quite a lot of things going on there. And of course, I'm going to have to go and get the one out of the Deviant Moon now, because if you're getting a bit of a thing. Isn't it weird how things become a thing? Before you know it, you've created like a new distraction, a new hobby, a new routine. I do that. I catch myself doing that. But cups, I do like the 6 of Cups, and as I said, it's very significant because it is about healing the past and bringing together casting the light on things that have maybe been hidden and been dark, and integration in Jung. It would be integrating the thing, so in a healthier light, because when you do the shadow work and you integrate the self, it's called the process of individuation. You have to kind of look at the past in a new light. I like Jung. Where are you, Six of Cups? Every card I look for seems to be the last one I come across. I do know the Six of Cups in this deck. I'm sure it's the one that's like a Punch and Judy. There we go. Found it. So there we've got the Six of Cups with a Punch and Judy show. Punch and Judy could be quite disturbing. I never liked things like that as a child. I mean, I've never seen a Punch and Judy show, but I know what they are, and it's quite disturbing. I mean, look at that devil there. So, but it's quite a good example of banishing the fears of childhood and re-examining things that disturbed you back then. So I think that's quite a nice card. It's a good card for the year for me, and it's also rediscovering old joys, things that come from the past. That, again, when I talk about this little journey that I started back in May, probably long before, but, you know, it came initially from me making a list of things that used to bring me a lot of pleasure and joy, and one of them was photography. And it was thinking about photography and how I'd been put off of photography, which is a bit of a story, but because I got put off it for a long, long time, I haven't had any camera gear or anything. I had this kind of a block. The same thing happened to me with art years ago. But because I love learning, I decided I wanted to teach myself video. I know I've told you that a bit before, but it's something from the past. It came from the past. Cards just know things, don't they? You know, they do. They just know it all. Okay, let's have a look and see what we get from the Seasons of the Witch Ostara Oracle. I mean, because most of you will be at the other end of the planet, so there we go. I'll do the cut. 6. Primrose. Be still and pave the way for all that you have desired. Well, that's very nice, isn't it? A nice message. And we've got presumably the two lovers. The beautiful moon in the background. And he's covering her with daisies, and there's an egg. I think there's probably an egg in every card in this deck. And be still. I got the Four of Swords yesterday, so that's pretty in keeping with the vibe. Now, what are we going to do with that one? We'll put it there. I don't know if you can see it there. We'll move that out of the way and find something. I know, we'll prop it up on that tin, maybe. Right, Primrose, number 31 in the guidebook. Keywords: optimism, new love, beauty, attraction. Be still and pave the way for all that you have desired. To see Primrose in your reading is an encouraging sign that you are in a period of attraction. This card represents beauty and acceptance. People are taking notice of you, watching closely to see what you do next. Now that scares me. In the context of a career, it can mean you are being considered for a promotion and should be prepared to share why you are the best candidate. Well, that certainly doesn't apply to me. If you're wondering whether or not someone has feelings for you, receiving this card is most likely a yes. I'm not wondering that either. Not only do they care for you, but they have had their eye on you for some time. You are more attractive to people and are also in a wonderful period of manifestation. It is a time to set your intentions, doing so with clarity. What you focus on now will get a huge burst of energy, so be careful what you wish for. People are going out of their way to help you, and opportunities will find you with little effort on your part. A word of caution: you are attracted a great deal, but this doesn't mean you have to act on everything. Have discernment, choosing the things that give you a sense of joy and resonance. Well, I guess it does apply. Some of it doesn't, but the bit about being watched is kind of scary to me because, you know, I don't like to think about that. Being watched? Who does? I guess some people do, actually. But I think on the whole, the majority of people don't enjoy it. I may be wrong. Primroses were my kid's father's favourite flowers. I always think of him when I see them. And it is that time of year as well, obviously, because it's Ostara, and it's the decks for that. But, oh look, I just realised on the book there's a Tinner's Rabbits on the rabbit symbol on there. So that is, I'm pretty happy. I'm very happy with how this whole thing has gone. I'm just like really over the moon, actually. Over the flipping moon. It's been really awesome. Like the cards, the support you've given me, learning about myself, learning so much. Not really so much technical stuff, but I have learnt some. I mean, I've learnt a few things. I've learnt how to speed up the shuffling in DaVinci. I still haven't got the audio right. The video I made yesterday, last night, was it? The audio was awful. And I've been using the same mic, so I don't know how sometimes it's awful and sometimes it isn't. I just don't know. I did notice actually when I'm holding a book in front of it, that could block it. So I must remember to hold the book out a bit. So I'm learning that kind of thing. I've ordered a new tripod. I took the old phone to the beach and did a recording there. I showed myself and spoke on camera. And I can't wait to finish this book that I showed you last week and review it properly. Because I saw some negative reviews online. I was quite surprised. On Goodreads, and I don't actually use Goodreads. I use something called, is it called Storybook or Story Shelf? Anyway, I much prefer it to Goodreads, and I use that to record my reading this year. I usually have a goal of like 50 books, but this year I think I've read 52. When I say read, some of them were Audible. Sometimes I have Audible and my Kindle on the go. Nearly all of my novels, apart from my Phil Whitman collection and my Ellie Griffiths collection, and a few other special ones, are on Kindle. I tend not to have all borrowed from the library. But I'm must be halfway through the book now, and I mean I've gone over bits again because I really love the writing, and when I've got an author I really like, I don't like to rush it. And so far the reviews I've seen, I just think, well, those people can't have a soul. They really don't know the writing. It's so much richer than just this detective story. So I'll see how I get on at the end. But so far, as I said, I'm enjoying it. And I mowed the lawns this morning and listened to it, and it's just wonderful. It's just lovely to do that in your own. You've got my noise cancelling headphones on, bumbling along and listening to that audiobook, and it's just a joy, and it's something I look forward to. So I've rambled, haven't I? I just don't want it to end. It's not going to end. So this week I'm going to do at least one more video this week, at least one, probably more, because I'll be getting my new tripod. That might not be here till next week though, because it's from Amazon, but we don't have an Amazon in New Zealand, so it have to come from Australia. Thank you, and I probably will have to do more of these because I don't want to stop. I love them so much. I love this in-depth study of the cards. It's just such a lot of fun. Oh, I just seen a picture of thinking of childhood. This is my son, a real photo. So that son of mine is 28 now. And then he was 2, I reckon. So this was 26 years ago. I was in Cumbria at Coniston Water. We rented a cottage and there was a path through a wood that went down to the edge of the lake. Oh, he was adorable. He looks just like my grandson. My grandson looks just like him, and I've got pictures almost the same down by the river with our paper boats. But that's my boy. He makes skateboarding videos. I'm incredibly proud of him. He's come a long way, done a lot of work, and he makes me very, very proud. And he's such a huge inspiration to me. Talking of the childhood card, that's another thing. If you're a parent, whether you're a parent like biologically or in any other way, there's lots of ways of being a parent or a family. And as I say, because I believe in you can be parents to animals, other things. You can learn and get inspiration from whatever you nurture. I mean, whether plant or thing, but children or animals, and they can inspire you, and they can. When you look at, say, a dog and the trust that they have, that when they look at you with those puppy eyes and they have that incredible trust, cats don't seem to have the same kind of thing. They're a very different creature, but dogs have that big, trusting look. And I think you can just learn so much. I learn a lot from the birds, watching the birds. I know I have the phobia, but I watch the birds and feed them all the time. And I watch their joy at the tiniest little crumb, and it makes me almost want to cry because it's just such a happy thing. I can see them now. I'm always feeding the birds. And I make sure I break it up because we get pukekos, which are this weird New Zealand roadrunner type bird, and they nick all of the food and the ducks. So I have to go and chuck them by the pond. I chuck them some stuff first, and then I break up the stuff into tiny little crumbs and put it under the tree for the birds, make sure the cats are not around. And it's just such a joy to watch them. Okay, I keep rambling, don't I? I've got to go. I don't want to go, do I? I just don't want to go. Oh, never can say goodbye. No, 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 no. Okay, bye. This has been amazing.